and welcome to our Christmas Day special. And this is going to only be on YouTube and will be shared across our social media platforms. Basically, today, this episode is just some space for you to spend some time with us, chilling out and hanging out, because we get it. You know, I'm a single parent to two 20 and 18-year-olds. I will be spending a lot of time alone on Christmas Day, and it is not easy to be alone with all the pressure of these holidays. So we thought we'd just create a space where you can come and join us for a little bit and just spend some time out. And if that works for you, for whatever reason, we are here just to, well, God knows what we're going to get up to be honest with you, but something, we're going to do something for a while. I'm not even sure how long we'll be here for, but we'll see. So, Merry Christmas if you are here, and we are here with you, and we are probably scoffing food and watching movies. And I know personally I will probably be by myself as well, so I will probably be watching this with you. So, Cherry, how about you? What are you doing?
So this year my daughter is with her father, so I will be seeing a couple of family members, but I'll be starting the day off on my own at home with the cat. And it's going to be a different year this year. But I'm not looking at it I'm trying not to look at it in a negative light. You know, every new experience is a new experience. And I know she's going to be probably video calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning when she's up opening her presents, which there's no time limit when she's over there, let's be honest. But you know, I completely agree with you. Sometimes it's just having some voices in the background. It's having a little bit of chatter going on while you're sitting. I don't know, are you watching movies today? Are you doing some crafting? Are you just watching the TV and pretending it's just a regular day? You could be crafting, you could be doing anything, but I know I like to just hear people chatting. It's nice, even if they're not in the room with you, just in the background, having a bit of fun. And whether you are religious or non-religious or celebrating or not celebrating, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, the knowledge that there are people out there having big days with loads of people can make you feel quite isolated. So even if you have people around today, if you're someone who is catering for, feeding 30 people at lunchtime and you're feeling overwhelmed, if you've chosen to put us on your headphones while you're cooking and listen to us talk,
Sorry in advance.
But we understand. You can feel lonely surrounded by people, and it's strange that you could be the busiest of people, but you still feel very insular. So yeah, we're here to just take away, hopefully, a little bit of that stress, whether it's stress of being alone, whether it's feeling a little bit alone, or whether it's just you're choosing to block out the enormous household full of people and just listen to two slightly odd ladies talk for a bit.
You know what? I think if I wasn't alone and had a house full of people, I'd probably want to be alone. To be honest with you, I can't imagine anything worse than having a house full of people. It would be so overwhelming, especially with the pressures that are put on people to prepare. I remember my mum creating these huge Christmas days of like 80s-ness.
I love it. I
And
love it.
I don't know how she did it. She must have been exhausted. But yeah, I think today we're just hanging out in here. We haven't really got a set plan on what we're talking about. We're just here with you, and we hope you're here with us. We are going to do a few weird things for the next podcast, and we hope that you join in with us and give it a go. If you do, then share I'm keeping a secret for now, but share in the comments below and click a subscribe. And if you enjoy this episode, then check out Spotify and everywhere else that we are for the rest of our Ducks episodes, and give us a listen. We would love to hear what you think, and we always want your opinions.
Yeah.
So today, what should we do? What do you want to do, Cherry? I think we're going to start with some tips on how to enjoy Christmas by yourself, because I know we've both done it before. And, we know that these might not work for everyone, but maybe they'll work for you. So let's give it a go. I think my first one is I love to start off the morning and just go walk the dog.
Yeah.
Just getting out, because no one else is out on Christmas morning, so I can just walk my dog, and it's so peaceful. And if I don't want the peace, I then put noise on as well in the back. I wear headphones walking my dog all the time. But me and her, we're gonna go on a nice long walk, and then we're gonna have a really good breakfast on Christmas.
Yeah.
How are you starting it, apart from your 3 o'clock in the morning video
Who knows?
call?
It's funny, like I did a Christmas a few years ago where so I'd have been very strong and I'd said, you know, right, you have her for Christmas Day and I won't. And I went through sort of a bit of a mental back and forth going, it's going to be really sad, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. And sort of I planned to see my family at lunchtime. I was going to go and have food with them, but I woke up on my own after a very early wake up call. And I sort of just switched my viewpoint on it. I went, I'm not lonely and sad. I am on my own and I can choose to do whatever I want. And I got up, I put on what I wanted to put on the TV, which in a house with children is never, you know, obviously if you're someone who lives alone and every day is your day, you know, and you can do that every day, that might not be something that's unusual for you.
Yeah.
But for me, I put that on, I made a nice drink. I sort of just, it was weird. I just sort of grounded myself and went, normally I'm up running around after the child or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. I just sort of had a couple of presents to open. I had a card to open. It wasn't that many, and I wasn't sad about that. I think I pushed the boat out. I had like a mince pie for breakfast because I was like, you know what, do what I want.
Oh yes, do what you want. Have the mince pie for
I
breakfast.
know that
Definitely.
I then sort of just put something. I don't even think it was Christmassy. I think I put on like a crime documentary I'd been wanting to watch, but it was, you know, it's something that you want to do. Like if you want to go and have a nice lovely bath in the morning or a shower, or if you want to stay in your PJs, or if you want to, you know, if you like getting up and dressed, you do that. You don't have to do it for other people, do it for you. If you want to do your makeup routine, or if you want to, you know, if you're a guy, if you want to have a nice shave and put some aftershave on, you do. Why do it for other people? Do it for yourself. I think I stayed in my comfies for a bit, but then I was like, oh, what am I going to wear today? Because I knew I was going to go out and see my family just for lunch. So I did that. And I then prepared what I was going to do in the afternoon, because I went and had lunch with my family. And then once I'd seen them and I'd come home, I knew that I was going to have a glass of mulled wine because I love mulled wine. I put my Christmas tree lights on. I got back and I sat, and you're going to love this because it's so geeky. I sat and I built and painted some Warhammers.
Oh my God. I was
sat.
considering Lego for this Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I might have to buy myself a set of Lego to sit and do on Christmas
Yeah.
because it's such a weird, it's not a normal thing for me to do.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to sit and do Lego. I'm forever working. So I'm with you. Do something that is something that you love that you maybe don't always think to do for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I sat there.
And now
sat
I
on the
need to do
sofa.
Warhammer things, by the way.
Yeah.
You need to get them on the screen at some point. So
this is my Christmas special one.
on.
You can't see him at the minute. He's going to look like this. I don't know if you can see it. He's a goblin with a Christmas tree, and he's throwing. You can't really see it. He's not painted yet, but this is him built. There is a snowman in the back who's actually a bomb. He's got a little ticking time bomb behind him, and he's throwing a snowball that's actually a light. But I haven't done any in ages, and I haven't had a hobby for ages, but this was a Christmas special that came out and I treated myself to it, and I built him, but he's not painted yet. So I know I've got a few things this year, but maybe I'll get him painted.
That is so awesome. And yes, very geeky, but that's okay.
But in the same respect, if you are somebody if Christmas is not a good thing for you, if you've decided to not put your decorations up this year, if you've decided that you don't want to acknowledge it, that is fine. Like, you got to remember, if you want to go out for a nice walk, you can go out for a nice walk. Choose somewhere. No, you are probably going to come across people who are going to wish you a Merry Christmas. They're going to do that. But at the same time, you can just have a normal day. Like, you know, watch what you want to watch, eat what you want to eat, and just have a day that, you know, isn't dictated by it.
I think there is so much pressure, isn't there? It's ridiculous, really. Especially because so many people don't celebrate Christmas.
Mm.
It's still so much pressure to do, you know, the family thing and the get together thing, and it's just not possible for everyone to do. And it's practicing that self-compassion of acknowledging that you don't want to bloody do this, that you don't have
Yeah.
to. And this is definitely going to have to be an 18-year-old plus episode, because the chances
I mean,
swearing
it's a very subtle. That was very
yeah.
subtle.
But you know, acknowledge your feelings. If you're struggling today, then acknowledge it. Give yourself some self-love and some space and some kindness. And
Mm.
if you've got someone to text them and say.
Yeah.
And if you haven't got someone to text, there are so many places that you can go for support today. So there will be a list attached to this YouTube of places you can go for support today if you are struggling.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make this a good day. So let's think about it. What can we do for ourselves today? If you were to create a ritual for yourself, apart from your Warhammer,
That's honestly not a war. It's not a ritual. It hardly ever happens.
that could make this day more meaningful and more of a connection to yourself, what would it be? What do you think? What could we do for ourselves to add meaning to a day? Not meaning that it's Christmas, but meaning to today that makes it special to you. So, for example, could you, you know, light some candles, have your favorite meal? Could you enjoy a movie that, you know, personally I like things that blow up more than Christmas movies. But what would make today feel that little bit special for you? You know, what can make it comforting and special? What clothes did you wear?
Absolutely. I think obviously with this being released on Christmas Day, it's sort of hard to give pre-tips. But I know, thinking ahead to future events and future years and things, I think I would probably buy myself something I'd like, but not let myself have it until today. So it's, you know, yes, if you want to wrap it up and have something to open, amazing. But if not, I'd say, you know, I've just got back into reading again, and there is a book that I've ordered for myself, and it's arrived already, and I haven't had chance to sit and read it yet. And I know for a fact that's what a great idea. If I can put my snugglies on, I can have a nice big mug of coffee. I can like have my candles on, snuggle up with a blanket. I will probably lose most of the day because I will just sit down. And I think it's not feeling like weird for buying yourself a gift. And, you know, if you've bought something you're really looking forward to, if you can say, I know for a fact I'm going to have it on this date, then that's something to look forward to, I think. Or have, as you say, your favorite food in the fridge, so you know that's there. Treat yourself to that drink you don't normally indulge in. Yeah, I think it's good. If you've got one thing that I've heard this year, and I think you've probably heard me say it loads of times, it was a lady who was her grandma had passed away, and they were packing up her house, and they got her best china out of the cupboard that had never been used, because she was always saving it for best. And she was like, she never used it because she always saved it, so she never got to enjoy it. And so her thing was, use the thing, wear the thing. If you've got expensive perfume, wear it. Say it's doing nothing sitting in a box. It's not going to make money because you're not going to sell it again. Wear it, smell nice, smell every day smelling nice. If you've got your best china and your best glasses, you know, they're not on rental. They're yours.
They're not.
You don't have to give them back to someone. They belong to you. If you've got a beautiful outfit in the cupboard that you never wear because it's never the right occasion, we never know how long we're here for. Wear the thing, do the thing. I know for a fact that I have so many of these beautiful dresses upstairs I never wear because that's not my lifestyle. I don't go to balls and events and red carpets, but I've got these dresses. So if you want to smell amazing, feel amazing, don't feel bad that it costs something because you've already paid for it. It's been paid for. So just enjoy the stuff. If you've got an expensive bottle of whiskey in your cupboard, you're allowed one. Have it. It's yours to have. I think I hate the term life's too short because it's used all the time, but it really is. you can do as much or as little as you like, but in the end, if you've got something that you think, oh, I'm so proud of that, all you do is like look at a box in a cupboard, what's the point in having it in the first place? So just enjoy it, like
Yeah.
make the most. I'd prefer to know, in years to come, that I wore the scent I was really proud of being able to buy. I used my very expensive handbag that I don't own, because I don't own expensive handbags. But I went out. I have a friend who spent £1,000 on a handbag and she's never used it because she's too scared to take it out the house. I'm
I
like,
did that for so many years. I
what's
had
the
this really
point?
expensive handbag that I'd bought and I didn't dare use it. And I'm like, this is so, what was the point in that? So I now use it all the time. You will see me with that handbag, and it's been
Yeah,
used repeatedly a lot
yeah,
of time. But I went through that stage as well where I was trying to keep things like that. And it's like, why am I not enjoying the things that
yeah,
I bought to have joy with? It makes no sense. And
yeah.
I think if, last year was my kind of first Christmas alone. So
Mm,
this year is, I'm a little bit more of a pro this year, but last year was hard. And one of the ways that I kind of spent Christmas last year was I made this list of things that I wanted to do by myself that I'd never done by myself for the
I
next
love that.
year. And I wanted to step into these things that felt really uncomfortable at that point because, I'd never even been for coffee by myself. It just
Oh,
hadn't
wow.
happened because I had kids at 17 and I was in a relationship for 20 years. I went from that to single and I'd never done anything by myself. So the last year
Wow.
has actually been an exploration of doing things by myself. And I still haven't been to the cinema myself, which I really need to do.
You
I need to go
do.
to the cinema by myself. I might do that over the holidays, actually. I think
Oh, I
that
like
might
that.
be a mission to myself. I might go find what movies are on right now. But
Nice.
I invite you that if you're struggling, try and think of ways, sit and write that list today of ways you can find things to do and do them by yourself. You
Yeah,
know, there is nothing wrong with doing the fun thing by yourself.
yeah,
It's still going to be fun. It might be different. But if you, I always tell people this, if you go into the right mindset into things, it will be so much easier and so much more fun. I use
yeah.
my example of London. I went to London. I hated it. Couldn't stand it. Really got a big phobia about it. And then I had to go for uni. I had to go to my master's study and I had to go for this one day and I couldn't get out of it. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I went and I thought, do you know what? I have to go. I'm going to go to London and I'm going to look for the beauty in it. I'm going to go and look at that architecture, at everything that I can find beautiful in that space, because I don't want to come away with that hatred that I did last time.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, the difference in the day I had so much fun. I got to connect with people that I'd not seen in person. And I took so many pictures. I think I filled my camera up and had to buy more storage. But it was so beautiful. And I had missed that beauty because I was so determined that it was a city and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I'd gone with a completely different mindset. So when you're looking at things and you're going alone, try and think, how do I find joy in this instead of I'm alone, I can't enjoy this as much as I could with others.
Yeah.
There's a really big difference and it really can make a difference to it. And I think
Mm,
that's the same today. Today is, let's find joy in being alone
yeah.
because at the moment, I don't know about you, but I can't change the fact that I'm alone on Christmas Day.
Mm,
It's we're recording this a couple of days before. We're not working Christmas Day because both of us are determined to have that space for ourselves and keep those healthy boundaries. But I'm definitely not finding anyone for Christmas to spend it with me. So I will be by myself. And that's okay. And I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to drink my favorite drinks. I'm going to do the thing and it's going to be good. And I'm going to make you all do something really weird now. So you ready? We're going to do when Terry's like, oh God, Trace, what are you
here we
doing?
go.
I want to create a nice Christmas card, but it's not a Christmas card. I want it to be a space where you can fill out all the things that you're finding joy today in. So me and Terry are going to do it on a white screen each. And
You have a computer. I've got a tiny little
Jinx,
phone.
But I invite you, if you're watching this, come onto our Facebook page, come onto Dreamweavers on Facebook and share your. Oh, hang on, is it going to work? That's the question. Can you see it? Can you see it?
I can see the whiteboard.
You know, come and share what you are kind of finding joy in today. And what if you've managed to make a card with us, which will look so much better than mine and Jerry's attempt here, then share your card. Share your Christmas joy card that we are going to create for the next few minutes. You're probably going to hear us humming and all sorts because we both can't keep quiet for love nor money. Right, Cherry, we're going to go.
Okay.
this is your side. Okay, I can't do this. Even with a computer. And this is mine.
I love that. Have you got a stylus pen?
I'm
Or are you doing that with your finger?
No, a mouse.
How on earth have you done that? That's better than my handwriting with a pen.
I have to sew it with a mouse. I am pretty impressed with my own ability here. So,
I love it.
how does this work? I have not used this before. So this is a whole new invention for us people. So we are going to make a Christmas card each. Here you go, Cherry. I'll make you one like that if you want, and then you can fill it in.
That's fine. Can I just go? That's
you can
so
just go.
I can't. Hang on. Did that zoom in for you or just for me?
Just for you.
Oh, brilliant! Because I just zoomed all the way in because I can't see the blooming thing.
There you go. I think we're going for it. I won't lie. I am cheating here because I am on a computer while Cherry's on a phone. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love the tree.
Oh, you know what? I feel like I want. Oh no, I want brown. Oh no! Oh no, my stalk's gone too high.
Joining us in making our joy cards today. We're not making Christmas cards, we're making joy cards.
I just realised you can't see my face, have you? Because I've gone so close to the screen. Everyone on YouTube is going to be looking at my nostril hairs right now.
We're going to be looking at your nose.
Hello.
Oh dear. Well, I hope you're enjoying this as much as we are, people.
I'm getting wrist ache. Hang on.
Okay, what am I going to put in the boxes? So, joy. What kind of things can bring me joy on Christmas Day when I'm having those moments? Because sometimes, yes, we're putting this out Christmas Day, so you can't pre-plan this one, but you can next year. Pre-planning things that will bring us joy or make us happy can make it so much easier. What are you doing?
I'm trying to drag my screen and I've drawn a big yellow line underneath.
Well, oh God, I'll go back to my, what was I saying? It'll make it easier to pre-plan in those moments that you are struggling. Okay, I don't know if that actually made sense, but we'll just go with it. Pre-plan happiness, people. There you go. That's the whole idea. Right. This is impressive.
I've done it again. Those lines underneath my picture is where I tried.
I'm loving it. I'm loving the colours. It's so colourful.
How did you get shapes?
I don't know. By the shapes button over here.
Well, I've done a childish Christmas tree. Can you tell that I did A-level arts?
Yeah, I took art textiles. You wouldn't believe it, would you?
That looks like a 5-year-old's done it, but I'm proud.
Good. Be proud.
I am
proud.
I'm now going to remove my face from the fact it's pressed up against my screen.
I did half warn you that I was coming up with I can't spell, which everyone witnessed now the fact that I cannot spell without someone telling me how.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to have to zoom in and see what you've put. Hang on.
No, I've deleted it. It's fine. I tried to spell favourite and couldn't. You know, I have a master's in psychology but can't spell.
My favourite thing is that I can see, all I can see is your name like flying around the screen every time you use your mouse.
Can you?
It just, I'm like following your name going whoop, whoop, because it's like every time your mouse moves, your name moves.
Okay, can you see what I'm actually drawing? I can see what you're drawing.
Yeah, I'm zoomed in on your side of the screen at the minute. Because I'm not wearing my glasses.
Start scribbling on my side. All organised. No.
I can't believe you got.
Don't do it. How do I put colour on here? Because you've got colour and I have colour.
I just went down to the bottom. There's like a black square where you can see the squiggles. Yeah, you click on the black square, it'll bring up your colour palette.
Okay. Yeah.
How are you tracing that so nicely?
Because I have skills.
Oh,
Yeah,
Christmas
I
tree.
hope you're
Christmas
joining in with us.
tree.
This is just interesting.
I love it.
Um,
Fluffy things. Does that say tights? Oh, it says lights.
Like,
Sorry.
God, I thought I'd spelled it really wrong then.
What makes you happy on Christmas? Tights.
Oh, you never know. Maybe.
I don't put tights on. It's
God, I
yeah.
can't remember the last time I wore tights. Probably like when I was, oh, stickers and emojis. Um, um, I just got very distracted.
How are you finding all these lovely little like patterns? I can't find shapes anywhere.
Oh, maybe you can see something different to me.
I only have that panel at the bottom that has the paintbrush.
Ah, I have like a whole thing, stickers and emojis, upload pictures. Maybe I didn't give you enough access. Oh well,
It might also be that you're on a computer and I'm on an iPhone screen.
maybe. Oh well.
I'm proud of my tree.
I'm proud of your tree too. Do you want me to put a star on it?
I drew a star on it.
You
It just
did
doesn't
draw a
look
star
like a
on it.
star.
Right. That was our very, very random joy card making. What are you putting on yours that brings you joy, Terry? Explain to me the
The
joy
tree
tree.
brings me joy.
Explain to me the tree.
The tree makes me happy.
I'm very sorry, but I'm in the middle of this recording, and this is the kind of recording you've jumped into today. I'm going to take a picture so I can put this on social media, and hopefully you'll all join us in adding your pictures below as well. I don't know how to stop this, so this could go really interesting. Oh, it went!
Hey.
Yay, we're
Oh
back.
my goodness, I was really close to that screen. Apologies for anyone who can
Terry's
see
nose.
the level of nose hair I have.
Okay, our tips for today.
Oh,
I reckon one of my favorite things to do is get creative. I love getting creative. I think turning the social media off, obviously after you've listened to this, and getting creative is so important to my life. It's like I need to turn off sometimes and just spend some time with me. And painting, drawing, and you don't have to paint. Well, this painting was done literally with fingers. It is something where you paint and you do different levels of it, and it's a self-development thing. But I just love it. I love painting. I love getting my fingers into paint. I love being a really creative person. I did a oh, what did I do? Oh my goodness, it's gone. Clay, that was it. Clay workshop where we made hats and we painted it all. And I just love it. How about you? Apart from your Warhammer, what kind of creative things do you do normally?
I mean, if I'm honest, the Warhammer hasn't been a thing in ages. One thing I've realized recently is I don't have any hobbies, and they have fallen off. And I think we discussed this in one of our recent podcasts, actually, how you have to put yourself first sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point where I am ready to find myself some more hobbies. My sister is an incredible journaler. She actually sells journals on Etsy. She makes them. She sort of dyes the paper, sews in the pages. She is incredible, oh, wow. Absolutely incredible. And we go over and have journaling days with her. And when I'm sitting in the midst of it, I love it. But then as soon as I get home and life gets in the way, I'm like, oh, I haven't got time for that. But I kid you not, I could open a shop with the amount of craft supplies I have. And that is no word of a lie. I could open a very successful craft shop with full stock. And I've got all this stuff, plus I buy it all the time because as soon as I see something, I'm like, oh, that's quirky, I need that. And so I need to just set aside time. It is the time for me. I'm so bad at time management because I fly on the seat of my pants. I've always got stuff written on my to-do list. And for the first day sort of ever, yesterday, I actually filled in my calendar and all I wrote on it was rest. And because I don't take a day off, I don't rest, I am always busy. And granted, yes, I did do quite a lot yesterday, but it was things I wanted to do. And it felt lovely. And yes, I wrapped Christmas presents and I did a Zoom call, and I took my dad out for coffee, which we never get time. So it was so nice. So I've realized that, it is okay to have hobbies and do things. So I think for me, I really want to maybe get into journaling, because I think I could really unleash my creative side on that. And but also, even though sort of my main day job is baking, I really enjoy cooking. Especially sort of, I've got a passion for like historical cookery. Like I love researching the
I
history
saw
of
that
food.
the other day that you were doing something like that, and I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous.
I just
So
love
jealous.
I think if I did my life over, I'd train as like a food historian and go and be one of those people at one of the old houses that dresses up and talks to people. And
You
I
don't
love
know
it.
how much I want to jump into coach mode right now and say, why the hell don't you retrain?
I
But
said this
I
to my dad
won't.
yesterday. I said it to him yesterday. I was like, I'm 36. I could easily do it again. And so it's looking into stuff you love. Like if you love something and you have a passion for it, what's stopping you? And oh, sorry, my Christmas lights decided to go onto flash mode, and there's no flash mode. I think we might have had a tiny power cut just then. Lovely.
You're still here, you're fine.
But yeah, it's funny how you do put your own roadblocks in.
I'll
And
get hold of you in the new year and we'll get you training.
Save me, people. Save me. But no, it is funny how you put your own roadblocks in the way.
You do.
And but it also means that you are capable of taking them out.
Yeah.
And it's remembering it goes in both ways. Sorry, I went on such a tangent then.
That's fine. That's what today is all about. Is tangents. I think it is so important. I didn't go to college until I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took a childhood degree. And I love childhood studies. It was my first love, was working with families and children. But I also fell in love with psychology. And I didn't start studying psychology till I was in my 30s.
Wow.
I didn't take my master's till I was 35. It is only the last couple of kind of 4 or 5 years that I've really stepped into this business as a coach and as someone who has that experience. And I built that experience up with a lot of life experience. But
yeah,
it was a complete flip from working with children in nurseries to work with adults who have got so much. Most adults, when you work with them, have so many pre-built things and pre-built notions. Children are so much easier. Children are like, they'll soon tell me where to
go
away, quite happily. But there is nothing stopping you changing your direction, only your brain going, oh, I'm too old for that. You're not too old for that. And if you need me to tell you in the new year to get your moving, then we will. And that goes to everyone who's joining today. If you need me to come and virtually kick you up I will. That is my job.
Tracy is the best, and it's funny. She's like the person that you need the most and want the least, because you literally, because for a fact that everything she says is going to be brilliant and it's going to be what you need, and whether it's tough love or not, but you're like, oh, she's going to tell me stuff I don't want to hear, but I know that I need it. And you're like, I hate it so much because it's so true. And people don't like hearing the uncomfortable, but Tracy has a way of making the uncomfortable comfortable. So I feel like I'm pitching your business.
You are. You're pitching.
You'll change your life.
That's not what we're here for today, people. I do appreciate it. And I think as someone who sometimes struggles to be that person, it's nice to know that it's appreciated, because I don't, I'm a non-confrontational person by nature. So sometimes my job is quite confrontational with people, and it's tricky. And going back to today, and if you're on your own, I think that's the same with everyone. I mean, we have to do things that we don't necessarily find comfortable, but we can find ways to make them more comfortable.
Yeah.
I quite often, completely and utterly, will go to Cherry, do this. But we do it in a way where it's communicated with love, and it's often communicated with humor and a relaxed way. And that makes that uncomfortable slightly more comfortable, slightly more tolerable. So she's still talking to me, so it's all good.
I'm not here under arrest at all. No, it's fine. No, but I think also, like, obviously we're being very positive and we're being very, happy. But if I'm not sure if you agree with this from a coach perspective, but if today you are sad, if this is your first Christmas alone, if you've been disappointed that you expected to be somewhere and you're not, you are allowed to feel those feelings. If you want to be sad, do it with love. Like, get in your comfy clothes. If you want to stay in bed all day, stay in bed all day. It's your day. Do what you want. And I think, the most important thing about emotions and feelings is that you don't ignore them. If your body is telling you you need to ugly cry while you're sitting in a bubbly bath, if you want to watch sad movies so you can get those emotions out, if you want to, I don't know, watch a as you say, a big movie with explosions and get angry and do it. Do what you need today. If you want to get away, if you are capable, obviously this isn't for everyone if you're not physically able, but if being in the house is not going to serve you today, can you go out for a nice long drive? Can you take a hot mug of coffee and drive to the seaside? Could you go for a lovely walk out in nature? What is going to do you the most service today? And it's not about having to be in and be Christmassy. If you're not feeling that, you do what you need. A lot of this stuff takes a bit of planning, but sometimes, there's loads of places, especially like charities, that would love people to go and serve food to the homeless today. Or, there's so many volunteer roles that if you're someone who you don't want to be sitting alone at home thinking about things, yes, obviously this might be pre-planning for another time, because obviously this is airing on Christmas Day, but there are always places you will be wanted and needed. And so if even if, obviously I don't know if people just accept help on the day, but there's always going to be people around. But even if it's a thought for the future, like, have a think, because yes, it's great, being festive and Christmassy, but if that's not you, if you are in a position where you didn't want to be alone this Christmas but you are, that's okay.
100%.
Yeah.
I think that is so important, isn't it? It's recognizing that it's okay to be feeling absolutely horrendous today, and validate that, and give yourself space and permission to feel that and work through it. And then I always say then let it go, but that's not as easy as it sounds for quite a lot of people. So find a way that works for you to process it.
Yes.
I personally am an outdoors person. If I'm really struggling on Christmas Day, I will be going to the beach. Or I will be going to a woodland, or I will be out walking the dog. But at the same time, I have days where I will literally be in bed all day with the telly and enjoying Christmas food. Because that is what's gonna happen.
I love it.
And it's just being kind and sitting in that space without guilt or pressure, I think, and acknowledging that that's where you're at, and that's perfectly okay in this world.
Yeah. On the flip side, if you are someone who is currently surrounded by a house full of noisy guests and you're someone that really struggles with that, you are overstimulated, you're stressed, you are trying to get everything done, no one's helping, like all of that, you also are allowed to say, I need 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's your day too. And that's what you've got to remember. The one thing I learned from years ago is everything always fell on me. The cooking, as much as I loved it, and I think as much as I love it, I'm probably horrible to be in the kitchen with, because I'm very much, this is my space. Just let me do it. I'm very, controlling in that respect. I'm like, just, I know what I'm doing, leave me alone. But if you're someone who is feeling incredibly overwhelmed, give yourself that space. Say to the other responsible adult in the house, if you've got 100 other people there, I'm taking 10 minutes. Don't say, is it okay? Delegate. Say you are taking, and ask for help. If you've got brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, everything, could you lay the table? Could you dish up this? Could you take this plate for me? Could you wash up this? It's not going to make any less of you to delegate. No. And if you need to go upstairs and sit in your bedroom for 10 minutes and just breathe, or go outside and say, I'm just stepping out, I'll be right back, I just need a few minutes, just decompress, do that. Because if that means you're not going to blow up later, do it.
I think I'm one of these people who I will literally have headphones on in the middle of a house full of people, because I am like, my space, thank you very much. And I need that enclosed space.
Yeah.
I know that I'm visiting people like literally tomorrow, I think, right now, but I'll be visiting people before Christmas and after Christmas, and visiting people is huge for me. I'm not a big walking into other people's houses and being comfortable person. It doesn't work with my type of neurospicy. But I have to do it, and to do that I also have to communicate. And if you're surrounded by people today, communicate with them, because you're probably not the only one in there that's feeling a bit overwhelmed with the world and thinking, oh my god. It's understand that there's someone else in that group that's probably struggling as well. So reach out and say, I need time, I need space. No one come in my kitchen, it's mine.
Yep.
Leave me in the kitchen, will you? Or if you don't want to be in the kitchen and you want help, right, I need you to do this, I need you to do that.
Yep.
And if they don't want to help, then it's going to be very strange, because I can't imagine anyone not willing to help on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are people out there that will go, no, I'm not helping.
No, you stick some holiday music on and you make it an experience. Yeah. And from both of our perspectives, if this is, say, your first Christmas on your own with young children, if you are you've got, kids who are excited and needing you and all of this and all of that, they're going to be excited, they're going to be over the top, you'll probably have tears. There's always tears at Christmas because they get overwhelmed and overstimulated. But there is nothing wrong today, and I will die on this hill, there is nothing wrong with saying, all I need right now is 10 minutes to have a cup of tea. There is nothing wrong with screen time. If you need to put a movie on and let them have something at their selection box, if they have an iPad, if they have whatever, if they need a little bit of time watching YouTube or something, do not feel guilty. Like, if it means you can then decompress and then you've got the rest of the afternoon to have fun, 100% take that. Like, Christmas Day is not a day for feeling guilty about taking what some people would class as like an easy option. If there is an easy option today, grab it with both hands.
100%. I think even when you're not single and you have small kids, it can be so overwhelming. It's like, I think one year I spent 4 hours building a Playmobil ship or something. It was like 4 hours of complete overwhelm with two excited children running around. It's like, oh my goodness, so much stress over one thing, one day. And it was like, I needed recovery time. I swear, after Christmas, when they were young, I needed the period between Christmas Day and New Year just to recover from Christmas Day stress, because it was so much. And I wish I'd known then what I know now. That made sense in English somewhere, but you know what I mean. It's, take some time today, and I hope you've sat with us and you've enjoyed our rambling this afternoon, this evening, whenever you're listening to this. I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't even know what time of day it is for me right now, so I don't know what you're on, but I think that's it. I think we're going to cover it, unless you want me to come up with some other random game. I'm quite happy to come up with something random. I'm good at that.
Oh my goodness. I think I think that's everything we wanted to say. It's a case of, just because you're alone, you don't have to be lonely.
Yeah.
And that's it really. There's always somebody who you can listen to, or will be there to listen to you. And yeah, it's just a case of knowing that there are always people out there.
And we invite you to, fill up the comments below, have a chat with people if you want to. As much as I say I won't be on, I'll probably be around somewhere.
Share your ideas as well. If you have any suggestions or ideas or your own experiences, we'd love to hear, because we love hearing all the different opinions. And everyone is different. You could have a row of people in the same circumstances who experience and do things completely differently, so you're always going to learn. And even if it doesn't work for you, you might have one tiny idea from that you can take on to learn more.
Yeah. And although this hasn't been an official episode of the Ducks podcast, it's kind of been a sideline episode. We invite you to spend the next probably 6 hours listening to the rest of our episodes of Ducks. So if you are feeling alone and you just want some company today, our podcast is here, and we talk about everything from mental health in schools and children and our past experiences with mental health. And if that's the mood you're in today, then feel free to have a look through our playlist, because we can be here with you too.
Yes.
What else?
The topics may be deep, but we always try to keep it quite light-hearted. And if it's not a light-hearted episode, we do put warnings in at the beginning. So if there's something you don't want to think about today, then that's fine.
And I'm going to pitch my own one here, which I very rarely do. But if you really want something that is just positive based, I have a positive psychology podcast, which is called Positivity in Action, which is just people sharing how positive psychology has made changes and how they put it into their lives. So I think there are 8 episodes of that. They're only about 20 minutes long though, so they're not too strenuous.
They're brilliant.
But yeah, if you want something that's just positivity in today's world and doesn't even touch on those heavier things, I love ducks, but sometimes we go deep. We go deep in ducks. So yeah, check out our podcast and just know that we're here to connect. And I hope you have the most joyful day you can. And I hope that if you are not able to have joy today, you are at least able to give yourself the space for healing and for growth and for you. So take care of yourself. Bye.
Bye.